from the urgency that I had during that particular time period. I was getting lost in the space and time, and I love that feeling, and that's what I carried on without any kind of influence. You have to keep hustling, that's life. You should not have a goal of being rich as an artist. The artistic thought processes, it never matches with becoming the rich. I think these are the things which you do it out of your passion, not with the financial goal or something.
Yeah.
So money is not solving your problem at the end. Everyone has crisis, but art give you freedom to express that crisis into the artwork. I want my art to look like a universal art, not from particular region or particular community based art or something. Hello, my name is Abhishek Tuiwala. I work out of Mana Contemporary, Jersey City. I work around drawings, sculptures, and installations. The major medium I use to create my artworks are like graphite, metal, stone, marble, and elastic. And I'm interested in how material carry their own meaning even before I start working with it.
Mm-hmm. Can we hear a bit more about how exactly it carries meaning?
So I think that every material carries their own identity. It is like how we are. We are born with our identity, a certain roots, and we have some gesture like somebody's nose is unique, somebody's eyes are unique. So every material has their own that kind of identity, like texture, color, or something that attracts you to create something out of it. So that's where I'm interested in, that whenever I am find some object or those kind of materials, that yes, this looking something interesting, what can I specific make out of this so it can carry their own meaning. Yes, this particular work is justified by this particular medium only.
What is your emphasis on this like string or like a rope type of materials?
So my dad has a business in textile. So he's doing from last 3 decades. He's doing textile. He's working in textile business. Last 3 decades, we have factory over there in Surat where we manufacture elastic strips. So for that, we have like elastic ropes and different kind of colors, all these things, and machines are there. So I'm always around those kind of things since my childhood. So when I become artist, those kind of medium, those kind of objects came in my art practice first, because I was seeing them all around my childhood or on my adulthood. So they are the center of my practice now.
In your work, as for example, at this piece, you have this like almost surreal taste in it, because like you incorporate two different things together, and I wonder why.
Right. So that is, that artwork is satire on the corporate world. So whenever I create, I'd like to, add humor and satire in my artwork, because I feel that, that is missing nowadays. So I try to create always with humor and satire. So it is like, corporate, or I have observed a lot of people here that, whenever I see them in Monday morning, they're very sad. They don't want to go to work. Their face are, not that much that excited. But whenever I see them in the Friday evening or something, Friday afternoon, they're very excited.
Oh, I see.
So, it is kind of, they are tied up with something which they don't want to do on the routine basis, but they are just tied with that. They have to do it, but they are not, it's a corporate loop they are stuck in. So I titled this piece a corporate leash, that yes, they don't like it, but they want to do it. They have to do it. I mean, yeah.
Have you ever thought about like how, like in contemporary art world, when you focus too much on realism, people think that you lack style?
I won't mind it, because I think this is unnecessary pressure which has been created by whom I don't know, that you should carry a particular style or something. what I feel that if it is coming from you, there's always a thread you are carrying along with, each and every artwork. You don't have to, follow a particular color palette, particular medium, or particular pattern to keep, your style, to show people that this is my style and I have authority on this kind of thing. So I think that, why I am an artist, because I want to practice freely, I want to live freely, and if it is not reflecting in my work freely, I think that it doesn't make sense to be an artist. So that's why, I don't approach with a particular technique or particular object. uh, I like to move around. Like, I get very boring if I follow certain routine, like I said about corporate world. You have to do the same thing 9 to 5 over and over. So if I would love that, I would have done that one rather than coming to the art field.
Coming from India to here, I just wanted to hear some of the influences of Indian culture and art on your practice.
I think I don't have influences, to be honest, because whenever I started my art practice, like whenever I decided I want to become an artist, it was not out of any influences. It was, it was from the urgency that I had during that particular time period. So there was no influence. I just, followed my own instincts, that what I want to do, what I want to create. Whenever I started my even undergrad also in India, in my mind there was not, I don't want even to exhibit in the gallery. I don't want to be published or something. I was just doing art because I was just learning art because love I I love that. Whenever I was in that studio space, I love that feeling. Whatever I was doing, I was getting lost in the space and time, and I love that feeling, and that's what I carried on without any kind of influence. But yes, there is a huge lifestyle difference between India and US, which I faced, and there's a beauty in both of them. That's what I find. So, I like to stay in between of the US and in between of India. And that is giving me a lot of content also, I would say, to create art, different kind of objects, different kind of, pattern of thinking of the human behavior, different kind of representation skills and all these things. And I love to be in that kind of space, to be honest.
So, do you ever try to stand out in your work?
No, I think that's all bullshit. I don't agree with those, stylization, pattern, and all these things. I think the real art lover will find out whose artwork it is. Like, you don't have to like follow a certain pattern, to be honest. That is just, created by the market itself, that yes, you have to carry particular stylization, and I'm not big fan of it, to be honest. Like I said earlier, if I would love that, I would have done any 9 to 5 job or something. I would be an engineer, IT engineer or something, rather than an artist. And I've been admiring a lot other those kind of artists as well, like Robert Gober is there, Anish Kapoor is there, Ai Weiwei is there, and they are not carrying particular stylization. They are just keep creating what is, required to create at that moment, and what kind of different material they are using. They are not sticking with a particular medium or stylization. Still, you can identify their work wherever it is placed or something. So I think that it's a, thread of the thought you have to carry with you, rather than, focusing much on that particular type of image or something. That's what art for me.
I think you're really courageous. Coming from an Asia country myself, I understand how efficiency drives so much of everyday life, and like just being an artist, like you face so much criticism from families and everyone around you. Like my parents won't allow me to be an artist because like you're gonna be poor and you should be like a fucking engineer or something.
Right.
Like we all have this expectation, and I think you're very courageous to do this.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, you have to be courageous, and luckily, I don't have that kind of problem from my parents. I'm super lucky to have those kind of parents.
Yeah.
They gave me that freedom. Yes, you carry on whatever you want to do, but yes, that's always a question that, the financial aspect. Maybe right now, I have a stable family background, so I don't have the financial requirement that much. But later on, for my next generation, yes, I will have that, sure. But I feel that yes, by that time, I'll find my way, because this is the field that whatever you want to create, you have to show a lot of empathy in your practice, and you have to have a patience. Without patience, I don't think, if I'm creating this kind of work and if I don't have patience, I would be able to do good later on in the future. Because you have to give your audience also a bit time to digest your work, what is your thinking pattern, what you are trying to say out of your practice. So it is not going to happen overnight, and I think I was ready for that. That yes, it's not going to happen overnight. So I just go step by step, not having that much expectation out of the art world, because it's not going to operate how you like, it's going to operate on its own way. So better you keep quiet, do work in your studio, and go see other artists work, support them as well. So if you visit their exhibition, then they will come to your exhibition. So it's like, you have to keep hustling. That's life. And if you want to become rich, start business or go to corporate job or something. Being an artist is, you should not have a goal of being rich as an artist. The artistic thought process is, it never matches with becoming the rich. So that's why we always see there is always conflict between artists and gallery, because artists have the artistic mindset and the gallery has the business mindset, and they never they never gonna match with each other though. So it's a cross they try to create. So you have to always find, I feel, that in the gray space that you can work out with galleries also, with your collectors also, like that in between space. That's what I feel.
Yeah, but some of them eventually end up super well off, and the rest of us just stay super poor.
Exactly, that's quite imbalance, and this is the thing. I would say, like, don't compare your practice with any other artist, your financial status with other artists or something. Just that you are doing this kind of thing, these are the thing which you do it out of your passion, not with the financial goal or something.
Yeah.
If you do it out of your passion, one day maybe definitely the financial aspect is gonna taken care by anyone, I would say. Because you take the artists from the history, whoever worked well, their work was admired sooner or later. So maybe it would be the financial thing won't be in your luck, but definitely in your future generation work, future generations luck, it may work out. But I feel still, your goal shouldn't be, end goal shouldn't be money. It should be like, just I want to create for the world. I want to spread awareness for the creativity, because I feel it has so much power. Because I have seen the wealthy people also have crisis. So money is not solving your problem at the end. Everyone has crisis, but art give you freedom to express that crisis into the artwork. So I think having that power is a lot in by their own, rather than money power. This is my thought.
How does the artistic quality or standards in India differs from the Western world?
It is very much different, I would say, because our roots are the historic art. I'm sorry, what I'm trying to say is, our architecture and art has been very much different than the Western world. And during my undergrad also, like the school thing also, they taught from the basics whenever you are in painting or sculpture. So it's like, when you go to school, you learn ABCD, so you learn it from scratch. So when I took the sculptor, our professor's focus was to teach you clay modeling, the molding, casting, because that's what the basic sculpture skills required. That for the basic skills you need to sculpt, You cannot just come up with ready-made objects and mold it, cast it in any medium and say that, oh, this is a sculpture I created. So the process is very much different rather than from the Western world. And also the geographical location is also matters a lot. Labor matters a lot. So it's way more different. So here, when it comes to here, that's what I try to maintain the process of my sculpture, which I learned, and the image making I try to follow for the Western world, because I want my art to look like a universal art, not from particular region or particular community based art or something. Because I also heard from a lot of people, they always ask, are you Indian artists, or are you Chinese artists, are you Korean artists? But when you go to in other sector, they never say that Indian engineer, Chinese engineer, American engineer. It's just engineer. But I don't know in why art people categorize on this way. I hate that. I hated that when I came here. So what I try to do, I try to make my image very much universal, that anybody from the any community, any nation can relate that work, and they just cannot think that, oh, this looks like Indian artist work. Yes, the thought and everything, the process is very much India oriented, but the image is not. So I try to play in between.
I mean, like, like as someone who come from different cultures, they expect us to incorporate some parts of our own identity into their works, and sometimes we don't really have to do that. And
Exactly.
but you see in other fields like IT or something, you don't have to incorporate your personal feelings. You're just doing something like a robot. And also the other thing is that in fields like IT, it's very dominated by us. So
It is.
for
It is.
for an art perspective, it's lesser dominated by us in this culture.
Right. Yeah, I totally agree. It's lesser dominant. Uh, yeah, but it's still, I feel that, everything is very much personal. It is not that what I am saying, I'm only on the right pathway or something. It is something that what way you want to go. It should be your own individual way, that you should, the goal is to, keep practicing, keep walking, not to get tired. So, try to work out on your own way.
Yeah.
Don't follow somebody else's path, or don't get influenced by somebody else's. Because if you will get influenced, that is really harmful for, it will work well for next few years or something, but that's not your own. So you will get tired one day anyway. And then you will get frustrated. You would want to switch the field. You start hating what you're doing, what you were doing. So I would say follow your own niche, follow what you want to do, what way you want to go, and try to be honest with yourself.
Thank you.